A new HomeKit compatible smart lock up next. Welcome and thanks for watching. If you're looking for more information on HomeKit, Apple's smart home platform, please hit that subscribe button now. And if by the end of this video you found the following info useful, please give it a thumbs up and tap that bell to get notified when I post new content. Smart locks are a staple to any smart home, with the ability to check a lock status and unlock or lock the door remotely, give temporary access to invited guests, unlock the door for you when your hands are full of groceries, or maybe even allow the delivery guy access to your home when you're away. Sorry, I still can't do that one. I couldn't imagine anyone doing that. Does anyone actually do that? If you do, please comment below and share your experience. I'd really like to hear from you, and I'm really curious to see how that's been going for you. Anyway, I found smart locks to be an indispensable part of my HomeKit sweet home. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new smart lock recently released to the US market from Regal. And I'd like to thank the fine folks over at Regal for sending me this out to take a look at and to test. So let's go ahead and get right to it with an unboxing. So here we go, we have the Regal Smart Lock. And as always, we always look for the ever important works with Apple HomeKit badge, and there it is on the packaging. Overall, the packaging looks pretty cool. There's a window here so you can see the smart lock. It actually looks like they tried to design it so it looks like it's actually on a door. It would have been cool if they would have made this a contrasting color just so that it looked more apparent as the edge of a door. And as we turn the package, we see it says Bluetooth. On the back, we have some points: go keyless, convenient, share and control, access remotely, voice enabled, so you can tell Siri to lock and unlock your door, and it has smart home integration with HomeKit. The other side says what's included in the box, and we get the Regal Smart Lock with deadbolt latch, 2 backup keys, physical keys, and 4 AA batteries, and an installation guide. There are the dimensions. It wants to point out that it's simple to install, and the requirements are a door thickness of 1 3/8 to 2 inches, a back set of 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. You also need an iOS or Android smartphone, and the Regal app, and a screwdriver. So you just need a screwdriver to install, and that's pretty true for most smart locks, with the exception if you have to adjust the mortise in your door frame. But that's another issue entirely. Looks like we have the lock itself. Oh, here you go. We have, this is the back part. So this is the inside of the door with the thumb turn. Really clean and simple design. I'm surprised there's no logos on the inside of this. I would think they'd have a molded logo here, maybe one there, but that's cool. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of putting logos on everything, so I think that's a nice clean design. Under here is plastic, this is metal. I think this is the battery compartment for the 4 AA's. That's kind of cool. So that's the inside of the door, thumb turn. And this is the outside of the door, the actual door lock. And they have it attached to the cardboard. Maybe I can just take it off, discard that. So I'll have to remove that, I believe. And this is a plug. And this is the lock itself. It has a keypad. The keypad really feels like a rubbery material, and I believe this keypad is backlit, so if you press the button, a light will come on, and that'll help you use the keypad in the dark. Metal, feels pretty sturdy. There is finally a stamped Regal logo there. Rubber gasket for weather resistant. So pretty straightforward. You get some instructions, quick start guide, and sounds like extra hardware. So the actual physical keys right there. Batteries. And a bunch of hardware. I think that's all in the box. Screws. Looks like the plate to mount the lock on. An adjustable bolt, and looks like a strike plate. So this is for the opposite side of the door on the mortise. Again, I really suggest using a reinforced strike plate behind this one. And if you don't have one already on the door, my door already has it because I've already configured the door that I'm going to be installing this with a reinforced strike plate, especially for doors that allow access into the home. Get a reinforced strike plate to put behind this. So that looks like everything that comes in the box. It's probably going to be a pretty straightforward install. Remove the old lock or old thumb turn and lock and replace it with these. So let's go ahead and run through that and install this. First, we need to remove the existing deadbolt. And I'll start by using a screwdriver to remove the thumb turn. Next comes the cylinder. And finally, the deadbolt latch itself. So once this deadbolt latches out, I can compare it to the one that came in the box, and they're the same size. If I needed to, I can extend it, but right now, default size is the correct size for this door. So I'll go ahead and install that using the included screws. Next, we'll install the keypad with the cylinder attached, and we'll secure it with this mounting plate. Now I'm going to need to go ahead and thread this wire through so that it comes through on the other side. So after ensuring the wire comes through correctly, I'm going to turn the lock and make sure it works manually, and it does. So now I'm going to go ahead and secure it using this mounting plate. So I'm going to take the wire and insert it through the opening in the mounting plate. And then I'll go ahead and secure the whole thing using these longer screws. With the keypad secured, all that's left to do is install the back with the thumb turn. And we'll need to connect these wires, which only really connect one way. Once the wires are connected, I'll affix the back to the mounting plate with these screws. Only thing left to do is install the included AA batteries. So I'm going to leave the cover off for now so I can scan the HomeKit code during setup. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Reagle app. Go keyless, share and control access from anywhere, audit trail, and now I have two options. Continue with Reagle, sign in and enjoy all our awesome features, it's free, or set up assistant for Apple Home app. I agree to terms because you probably can't go forward without terms. And I'm going to go ahead and do continue with Reagle because I want to check out some of the features in the lock itself. So I'm going to go ahead and create an account. Okay, tap to set up a new lock. We're going to go ahead and click that. Choose a device, the Regal Smart Lock. And I've already installed it. I can skip installation. And it says the Regal would like to access your home data. I'm gonna hit OK. Then it's asking, is the Regal button blinking red every 3 seconds? So I'm gonna click yes. Set up lock. So it says press the Regal button. Does the indicator stay red? Yes. Set up the lock. Type in the following 4 digits on the lock's keypad. It says synchronizing. Give you a name to your lock. Let's go ahead and call this side door. Click next. Keep the latch fully extended in the lock position and next. So I'm going to go ahead and turn all the way over the lock position. Click next. Checking status. Keep the latch fully retracted in the unlock position and click next. Next. And it's doing a self-test. And it says it's done. Set up in HomeKit. Connecting with HomeKit allows you to operate your Regal Smart Lock with Siri. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Connect with HomeKit. So what we have to do is set it up by scanning the code. That is the home it's going into. Select. Next. And now I have to scan the code. Do that. There. It already captured it. It says adding Regal. Make sure it stays connected to power and nearby. And it's added. And it already says the default room Regal Smart Lock was unlocked. Now I'm not going to leave it in the default room. I'm actually going to put that in the garage. And again, I'm going to name this side door. Click done. I'm going to include it in my favorites and hit next. I do want to add it to any suggested scenes, and I do want to add it to my lockdown scene. And click done. And now it says your lock is ready. Let's click get started. Let's go ahead and set up a Regal Code. The Regal Code is a duration specific code that you can give to guests. I already set one up here. I have them coming in at 8 in the morning and leaving at around 4 in the afternoon. So let's go ahead and generate a new code. And these are random codes, so you don't have to think up a code. They are generated randomly. So since I had that last guest leaving on the 14th, we'll have this guest starting on the 15th. Oops. And then their end date will be a couple days later on the 17th. Click next. Then I can set the time. Let's say they come in a little bit later, say at noon. Then I hit next, and I want to nickname this Regal Code, and I can nickname it guest. Oops. Guest 2. Click confirm. And there is the generated code, and you don't need to remember that, but you can, if you wanted to, is send it by clicking that, and then it'll send it to people in your contacts or wherever you'd like to send it. Close, and now there's your second guest and the duration of their stay. And the regular code is simple. Let's go ahead and run a real quick regular code. So and this is for regular users, so I'll just click set a new code, set a code, click the digits, and I'm purely going to make this code up by position of the keypad, so it's easy for me to plug it in for demonstration purposes. Next, and then access, we can do all time or duration on this one as well, or a period, and this is the code that you specify. So I'm going to do all time because it's someone who's always going to have access to this door. Click next, and I can give it a name. So I'm going to give this a name of demo and confirm. And that's the code. And then for these codes, you do have to sync them to the lock. So I'm going to hit sync now. And it says the client has been added to the lock successfully. Okay, so now that code should work. So right now you see the lock is unlocked. Let me go ahead and lock the lock here. And then let's go ahead and plug in that code and see if it works. And it works just like that. So one thing we always have to do is take a look at the lock in HomeKit. And there it is, it's the garage side door. And right now it's showing as unlocked, and we can lock it by pressing the button. And it's locking. So I always like to demo Siri unlocking the door. So let's go ahead and try that. Unlock the side door.
Okay, the side door is unlocked.
And conversely, you can also lock the lock with Siri. Hey Siri, lock the side door.
Okay, the side door is locked.
And works well under HomeKit. So that's going to be a wrap on my look at the brand new HomeKit enabled smart lock from Regal. As you can see, install was very straightforward and simple. I've installed 3 previous smart locks in my home, and this was on par, and the ease of installation was on par with the rest of those. If you watch my previous smart lock videos, I believe it bears repeating here. If your deadbolt does not turn freely, you will have issues with this smart lock or any other on the market. You really need a freely turning deadbolt to use a smart lock effectively. If the deadbolt is sticky at all and is difficult to turn, you may need to adjust the mortise accordingly. And I actually demonstrate how to do that in a previous smart lock video, and I'll post a link to that one in the description below or somewhere up here. Another feature of this lock that I really like, and I'd imagine this will be in particular interest to Airbnb owners out there, is the Regal Code feature. The Regal Code feature allows you to randomly auto-generate an access code that is duration specific. For example, if you're an Airbnb owner and you have a booking over the weekend and your guests will be arriving on Friday and say leaving on Monday, you can have the app auto-generate their access code to only be valid during that time slot. You can schedule these ahead of time and share them with your guests without a need to hand over physical keys. Or even figure out a code, because sometimes we have a tendency to reuse codes because they come easy to us. You will not have a problem with the Regal Code because it will be randomly generated. So if you have a rental property, I definitely recommend the Regal lock for you. And overall, this is really a nice smart lock. I like the backlit keypad, and I like the simple design because it'll go with any style of door in my opinion. So if you're in the market for a HomeKit enabled smart lock, I think you owe it to yourself to take a look at the Regal. And the best part is it's competitively priced at only $189. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, take care and be safe out there.